archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. Welcome to the proximity. I'm having a Final Fantasy XVI adventure. Let us continue. I faffed around a lot in the end of the last episode. We have to speak to Hippocrates, regardless, which means I'm totally gonna look at the library stuff. But I'll try not to be too long. Try and get back into the action.
It's Cid.
Staying long this time?
But yes, I wasn't expecting to play any more this tonight. I was going to play Fall Guys, but then I realised I can't play it on my PlayStation because that requires you to have an online account, which means I had to play it on the PC, and that sort of ruined my plans. And I thought, you know what, fuck it, we'll put Project 99 on hold until I move home. It'll allow me to play the fancy new game. Fucking 39 days in a row was difficult anyway. But look.
Lawsman Hippocrates.
And then we have to do 60 afterwards.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
I just immediately fizzed some drink onto myself. Do not shake that, John. Do not shake that. Sorry, I'm just having to clean that up. That was, yes, kind of glad you didn't see that. On Gods of Men, a heavy leather-bound tome containing the findings of one Anaximander of Camphor, renowned theologian who spent most of his life chronicling Valistea's diverse religious history. It's not quite as tight as I thought it was.
Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same.
I love lemon tarts.
I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts.
Oh.
That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find...
Yeah, I hope we get to see Oriflamme still, because...
I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places.
Yeah, go to the ruins of Oriflamme.
To the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Right, but not before I do this, obviously.
My knowledge is yours.
Ask about the hideaway.
Around you.
It's a far cry from the Imperial Library of Oriflamme. In 5 short years, we've amassed more volumes than most men and women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We've liberated them, and they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge. Still, there is... Oh, he said that. There is much more out there. As I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can. One day, chronicle of your own adventure might even grace yourself. No, we'll make it into a computer game! Ask about the past 5 years.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of the home and loved ones, but of that which Cid fought the fiercest to preserve. Hope that we might Never have found again what you've not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Do not let us hear.
To Benamir and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen, our journey can continue. What's that game? What game's the Invincible from? Here, in the belly of the Leviathan, touched by the passing of the 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever, and here may it burn for 1,000 more. Ask about Tit and Crow.
I still remember.
The first day I met Tit and Crow, teasing their father about the hideaway one moment, clinging to the mother's kirtle the next. The twins' love for the parents was something to be behold, so fierce, so pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in the children's lives could never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the leaves of these tomes.
And thank goodness they did.
I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction as over time their pain faded. Now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigour. I mean, they are also literally 5 years. Well, I agree. Final Fantasy 9? What of Final Fantasy 9? Or are you saying fix? Because it's also a word in of itself. Fix. It's like suffix or affix. Hello, by the way. I will also say, that's not what I was going to also say. I have put Project 99 on hold specifically because I can't play Fall Guys on the PlayStation because that requires a live account and I don't want to buy one, and I was going to give it a break anyway. Ah, yes, Final Fantasy 9, that's where the Invincible comes from. Thank you. Yes, of course it is. God, I didn't play that too long ago either. You remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we have all the capacity to heal. Yes, it's got the big eye on it. That happiness lost may be found again. Is it in an earlier game as well? Or was it? Nice.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
In 5 years, have we not given them any stories? Go on.
What subject shall we consider today?
Okay, we got kind of lucky with a lot of these. I can never tell whether... Okay. Victor, friend of Cid's and later Clive's, who keeps an ever-attentive vigil on the comings and goings of Dharmekia from his hometown of Kosnis. All of the hideaway, assault by Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan, his private guard on the first hideaway of Cid the Outlaw in the year 873. Safe haven established among the forgotten ruins, long consumed by the Blight, was entirely destroyed, and many of Cid's collaborators and the bearers they had freed from servitude were slain. Well, I think all the... like with Tales of Arise, Tales of Arise has a false finish. Then it does another anime scene and goes, haha, you're only halfway through the game. And I was like, I was kind of done. I think it's like, I've got a third of the game left, but like, it's cool. I like the idea, but it's, I'd spent quite a lot of time on it. Persons of interest, we'll try and do quick ones. But Joshua's there, we should probably click out. Dominant of the Phoenix and former heir to the ducal throne, Joshua was thought to have died at the hands of the second Icon of Fire during the disaster of Phoenix Gate. However, he is very much alive, travelling the realm even now, his true identity hidden by a heavy cowl and assumed name by that of Lord Margrace, which I know that's Final Fantasy 12. The Lay of the Land. Cid's Hideaway. Hidden... I thought this would be a quick one. Refuge, Hidden, Blighted Lands, Central Storm. We've read these ones, haven't we? Okay, a hidden refuge built on the fallen ruins of the Blighted Lands and Central Storm. Here, Cid and his adopted family, freed bearers from across the Twins, made their home. That is until fledgling Utopia brought crashing down after its location was discovered by Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan in the year 873, but in a single night the hideaway was destroyed by fewer than half, managing to escape the slaughter. Most of them were nameless people, but whatever. There we go, we've done that one. Mysteries of the Realm. Heart of the Mother Crystal. Brightly shining convolution of his shards sits at the centre of each mother crystal. I like that it sort of looks like the classic crystal shape. When a heart shatters, so too does the mountain around it. Since time immemorial, sanctuaries have been built around these hearts for worship and protection of these irreplaceable treasures. Ooh. Was there an advert, or did I just disappear? Luckily, we've just been doing this. Typhon. I'm interested in Typhon. Seemingly drawn to the destruction of the huts of Drake's Head, Ultima emerged from a tear in reality wearing the skin of Typhon, a withered and wizened colossus, and drew Clive into the space between worlds wherein an ethereal entity might test his worth as a vessel. Alright, well that was a lot of information that we did not know. Oh, I see. I had to change internets recently, and I should have made it overlap, because it's clear, I was like, yeah, can I move my internet? And it's clear that's not what they've done. They've just ended one and started another, and then I should have probably requested like a little bit of an overlap just in case. But like, they tried to sell me stuff, and I'm like, I'm moving home. I don't need you to try and sell me new internet. What are you doing? I mean, I could have had 2 sets of bonuses, but I don't want to pay 10 quid more for my internet. It's expensive enough as it is. Who was Typhon then? Yeah, he was just wearing... is Typhon... I mean, Typhon's a wind summon, so maybe there are multiples of all the summons. I like that Typhon is the wind summon, because it looks a little bit like the word typhoon. And bestiary. Typhon's in there as well. Hang on, did we miss one? Oh, that was the bestiary. Then we've done them all. Let's get to computer games. Yeah, I also thought, look, I booked 3 days off. Let's not faff. Let's play computer games.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
I've got to start packing, but I've got to figure out... I don't have the space to put boxes, if that makes any sense. I think my boss offered, because last time when I moved here, my boss did a couple of trips in his van. But he's busier nowadays, and I've got him a lot more stuff. But then I thought, okay, we could put some stuff. Maybe it would be nice enough to let me leave stuff in a van for a month. And then I'll have a space to leave boxes. I've got these huge boxes that the exercise machine came in. And just one sitting vertically. I don't know if I've got the space for it flat.
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the tavern.
But yeah, Project 99 will be on hold probably for, I guess, a month at least. But it means I'll play my fill of Final Fantasy 16. But there's clearly a bunch of games now that I've started that I should continue playing. And that'll give me a good chance to do that. Look at the Stolas! Stolas! Don't disappear from views. No! Stolas! Okay.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table. New messages are always arriving, so make a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. Public's play. Republican army marches to the Empire at Twinside, and the Men of the Rock has been summoned. Oh, he's only got one eye. To the front, something big is brewing. I reckon. I'll see you done to wear upon my... What does that mean? My return.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now?
They're animating her face properly.
Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
So they know about Joshua then? I guess he did see briefly.
He did. He was there.
Is Phoenix down?
It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
Looking like a Kingdom Hearts character.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
We're gonna get a Joshua DLC.
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals.
Yay! Prelude music.
To Cid.
What's the... I keep confusing the name. Because there's the, there's Prelude. And there's, like, the title screen music. One of the... Is that called Prelude as well? One's Our Journey Begins. Oh! Meanwhile, somewhere else. How come he gets a change of clothes?
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more.
Is he wearing his father's coat?
The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
That's a nice touch. And we just get to see... I sense... I feel like he's gonna have a DLC. Because he's been doing stuff all this time.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Right, I do want to hit something in this time.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Why did they mention that name? Martha! Yep, this is just to be mean to me. Yeah, I should probably play more Hi-Fi Rush at the very least. Okay, I do see a dot on the music, but it's just because the song's changed. You're so bad at pathfinding, John. There we go.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the house.
We're gonna have to fight Mother!
I know it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if the...
Martha, landlady of the Golden Stables, tavern at the heart of Martha's Rest. She's also a friend of Cid's cause, keeping the hideaway supplied with both victuals and information of developments in Western Storm. Second string to her business, she strives to keep secret from the Imperial authorities. Cursebreakers, unit drawn from those of the fighting age in martial training among the residents of the hideaway who conduct operations to liberate bearers from slavery, beginning a loose collection of like-minded individuals in Cid's hideaway who chose to rid themselves of the bearers' brand. That they might serve the cause out in the field. The order has greatly expanded both its ranks and the operation since moved to Benamir, all under Otto's watchful eye. Otto, bus driver and chief steward of Clive's hideaway. Otto begins to serve the same role as he did under Cid, being primary person in charge of all the monies. And you know what? I didn't know monies was a word. I've had to hear it a lot in the solicitors' writings as well. Anyway, information coming in, going from the hideaway. There we go.
It's as bad as I think it is. You might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Right, I guess we'll give.
And how may I assist you today?
Stay at the realm, please.
How may I help you today?
Okay, you said something was new. It's here. This is new.
Here you are.
World of War. Okay. The Republic of Dalmecca declares war on the Holy Empire of Samrek over its annexation of Crystalline Dominion and marches its armies to the border, yet with the blight ever spreading, the Empire will not give up its new Mother Crystal and blessed lands around, running it without a fight. So these all... that's the blight. So we're in the blight there. That's all. Okay, you know what? I can't believe I just noticed that that's Bloodlines. Very nice, loads. Clive and Jill return to the hideaway only to learn another quest is unfolding in Rosaria. Fighting has broken out of Martha's Rest. In the confusion, Martha's disappeared to us doing the thing. So they're going there. And they are now competing them. Cool.
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Yeah, I know. But those side quests aren't going to do themselves, are they? there's new music, but that's less important. We're probably hearing it now.
Welcome back, Cid.
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's
Bloody
got
Tet eating all the pitch as well.
left in him.
I'm gonna find you the pitch then.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Colk and Ball. Okay, we'll go there first. Oh, I thought we'd be gathering more books. Oh fuck, you can jump down there. Really? I wasn't expecting that.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
It's over. You lose.
Neat. Pitch wax. The key substance found in the pitcher of a carnivorous plant thrives in Rosaria and lowlands.
I can't imagine Obolus needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Yeah, I guess we can do that now. Why did you pass Obolus?
Finish with that log. Back, Cid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
There you go. 5 pictures.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name?
Does that make you an Argonaut?
No.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Neat. I'll level up as well. Badge of Might +1. Putting that on. Ooh, what would I replace? I've not really used that, but I still like the idea of it. We'll change that. Quests.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Let's get you to Physica, shall we?
Physica.
Sorry. I think I twisted something.
I've been saying that wrong all this time.
Cid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Cid.
You do the same.
Okay. One. Pseudo side quests.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
What are you after?
It's kind of interesting, actually. I didn't realise stone skin only lasted 30 seconds as well. You know what I'm going to take out? I'm not necessarily going to use it, but I want it.
Thanks very much. That all, is it?
Oi, look sharp!
Hey? What?
Oh, you're on the lift this time.
If those horses touch it.
Sorrowwise. It's just a killer bee.
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Yeah, this is a little bleak.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too fast, even for the Empire.
Let's pray we're not too late. We can run fast, I just can't force him. Oh, I will change something.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
Ooh, the Black Shields.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
This is the evil version.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Yeah, I didn't even get to use all my abilities.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
You pretend you helped. Yeah, I'm probably over leveled, which is why the arcade mode exists. Dark clouds. Gouge. You use gouge, actually.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Cid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Cid! Where are you? Cid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice.
Bit weird to put
They
them
knew
in the
the
bag.
fate awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Okay. Farewell, Craig. Thank you for joining me. I like in the top left hand corner, the two of them go on a slider, and the third one comes out of like some geometric, and it's an Araman! Geometric shape. Rank C, what the fuck does that? It's a bounty! Oh, it's gonna take me more than 50 hours to do this game. Notorious marks. Every now and again, Clive will encounter creatures larger, faster, more ferocious than most. While the fight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but rare materials that can be used to craft new gear.
Think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
And you get unique dialogue, it's cool. Oh, it has a lot of health.
Kill!
Get down, eh, big eyeball. Yeah, Thunderstorm's great just because it got him even when he fucked off, which is great. Oh, it's because it's always a charge shot as well. So that might actually mess up. Notorious Mark? Slain. Ah, but I like to imagine it's a guy called Notorious Mark. I have slain him. Sort of a shame.
You didn't see that coming.
I'm very glad that has unique dialogue. And it's only one bot eyeball. He has no sense of distance. I don't know if I've heard Clive be witty before.
That must be the bridge.
F to pay respects.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Martha. Oh, is there quests? No.
We've been speaking with the Blood Axes about how best to protect the village. We won't let this happen again.
Why are they called Blood Axes?
Half an hour, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Isn't it Bade?
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers.
Because they're using up magic as well.
It was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones.
Big men or big swords?
Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people. They're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
I was trying to think. There's a band called Strapping Young Lad, and that's just a guitarist, isn't it? It's just that guy. I've got his name. Townsend. The dude who did Vampire of the song, not Dracula. That's a different person. Oh, that's a plus.
Try not to move.
Oi, you. You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from
And I feel really guilty for killing a bluebird.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads.
I'm assuming it's going to be a one-eyed white bird.
Too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there.
Oh, I'm going to get a chocobo. Because obviously Ambrosia. That's why it's like, yeah, this is a side quest, but definitely do this one.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over
Yeah,
yonder.
it can't be Townsend,
Rotten
surely.
scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
White-winged wonder. Prioritize. Literally the only quest, isn't it?
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
There's Ambrosia. White feather.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds, Looks like they went that way.
Of course you had a unique chocobo. Ooh, level item. We're only 100 yards away.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
I see them.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Jay, you had the chocobos. I'm going all out on you. Oh, that's got like a proper big guy. I think I like huge people in this one. It is Ambrosia, because it is.
You're safe now.
Little happy dance.
Right heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? that scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Oh.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Alright, assume this gives me a bird.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Love the bird noises.
It seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight.
All animals are smarter than dogs in these games.
Hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Which means I killed like some. Well, I've killed lots of humans. Some random like human intelligent animals. Gonna feel guilty forever for that. How did you find one with an eye patch?
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her.
Does my dog get one?
You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
You just have a scar the same shape as a bear scar.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
So, bear and branded, like, sound so familiar. I don't understand how one could be insulting and one who isn't.
I'll call you when I need you.
Like, I think they could have had a worse word for the bearers. Ambrosia's attack. Bespoke saddle and blinders worn by Clive's childhood chocobo Ambrosia. Que. I know it's just a bird noise. Displayed in the chambers. Oh, cool. How do we use bird? Chocobo unlocked. Hold R3. Is the dog running at speed? I want to see the dog running. There we go. I don't know where we're going. Return to the hideaway. Well, we're having fun times on a bird right now. I want to see the dog running at full speed. I found where. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realise it was literally the camera. That's where the crystal was, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be nice to visit.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now. None of the curse breakers have returned.
They'll be fine. Cid wouldn't be here if they weren't.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Got a bird with one eye as well.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
They'll never see us coming.
It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Which one?
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
Oh, there were 5 crystals. I thought there were 4.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Dominion itself?
Drake's Breath.
a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Oh, hang on, quickly! Ah, fuck! I couldn't press the button in time. Well, okay. Black Shields. An order of knights instituted by Empress Annabella in one of her first acts of vicereign, the newly established imperial province of Rosaria. They're tasked with purging the impurities from the province, which in practice simply involves slaying bearers upon the slightest pretexts. After being made vicereign of the newly annexed Rosarian territory, the Empress Annabella quickly established a host of loyal imperial soldiers, the Black Shields, to maintain order. Though branded as keepers of the peace, the true purpose is to carry out what is known as cullings or brutal massacres of provincial bearers and those who show them sympathy. The killing is swift and indiscriminate. Shields dispatched serving as judge, jury, and executioner. The chaos left in their wake is usually enough to deliver the entire settlement's ruin. I'm sad that I didn't say Judge Judy. Cid's faithful scout, now one of Clive's closest and most trusted allies, has continued to put his legendary nose to work in service of the hideaway. Information he brings back from his expeditions proving invaluable for the Cursebreakers in their efforts to save the bearers from servitude. Though he lost now during Kupko's attack on the hideaway, his scouting senses remained undimmed. But Otto's counter is now open. And you can get the Alliance support, the Patron's Whisper, and it does all the things, and whatever that third thing was that apparently I just decided not to read.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
On autumn's breath, ill tidings born, an erstwhile home in twain are torn. Now in his path fell shades abide, pray let them not impede his
Sorry, they all didn't go anywhere. Well, okay, so there's one of them. That's Drake's breath. Don't know what the fuck that is. What's that? There's one there. One there. One there. Is that one? Is that like a really flat one? Byron Rosfield, younger brother of the late Archduke Elwin and warden of Port Isolde, thriving trading port in the south of Rosaria. Byron inherited a small fortune from his noble family, which he built into a large one by virtue of mercantile wiles and adventurous spirit. There's not a trading house nor a trap house in Velas there, and beyond that does not have a tale to tell about Lord Byron Rosfield. Crystalline Impasse. Conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Zambrique and the Republic of Dalmatia in the year 878, largely concerning the control of Crystalline Dominion. Dominion had previously been a subject of a non-aggression pact between the Valastean nations, but in 1873, Empire claimed twinside for its new capital, in an act which eventually spurred the Dalmax into military action. 7 high houses. 7 noble houses of old Rosaria, which House Rosefield was... Westfield. First and foremost, they have their roots in the ruling dynasties of the small independent nations that were united upon founding of the duchy. Houses had prominent voice, ducal politics, but this was silenced when the region fell to the Empire and Empress Annabella took Rosaria's remains, whatever.
I think it's alright to touch him.
Where's the Muggle? There we go, there's Ambrosia's attack. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in purpose, but for every day we spend up together feels as though we must suffer too apart. I'm gladdened to hear that your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosio, should I say Whiteheart, told me you once how your Chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night in Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? We're going to the backyard. It'll be worth it.
Won't be long now, Martel. Cid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Bearer?
Thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Goods of her labours. Oh, they're purple items. So rare they are.
It's the water.
I am just going to teleport here. Rather than walk back up.
That room's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Basket of Martel apples grown and picked by Cormac, sampled by Hideaway residents.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Cid.
I mean, it wasn't me, Cormac's in me. You give me the credit.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
Them old apples were.
What's the matter next?
So very fuzzy.
The hunt board. It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know? Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment.
I could have read it.
The people of
out
Valisthea
loud.
are going through a lot already. But with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Pom-poms are disturbing. Okay. Go.
I don't think so.
Why doesn't that go away? And it's got an onion on it. That's like from Final Fantasy 12. The fiends terrorizing countryside are posted on the hunt board. Hopes fearless heroes such as Clive will take it upon themselves to slay the notorious marks. I've already defeated our man. There's a reward. A member of the Blood Axes, stationed at Martha's Rest, reported that he had set out upon. I take it this has to be all done manually. Mastered by an otherworldly horror with a single staring eye, put him on bony bat's wings, scratching at him with claws as black as night. Jabba's razors naturally fled in terror. The battle-hardened Blood Axe cannot cope with a mere sight of such a creature. What hope do the rest have? The Angle of Death. Trader come with Cairn Vent, met with a troop of Cursebreakers travelling the opposite direction, warned him of a wicked, winged harpy on the road ahead. Is, well, we know what these are then. Eyes wild and flickering, for the Cursebreakers saw nothing towards on their own journey. The past sound of cackling laughter from the trees showed that they kept up a brisk pace. Clairview Sambrique. Belphegor, or dragon, or one of those wyvern things. Reports have received wild avis even. Of striking size, making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastport. All efforts being made to rouse the beast sire, not to rouse the beast sire even. It's surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. Hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenches of the nearby villages. Hang on, I thought 3 things unlocked though. Where's the other 2 things? Okay, there we go. We've exhausted his dialogue.
Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper?
Patron's Whisper?
Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Who are you?
Business is busy.
Top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, also piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting stolas of reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind, I enjoy writing. Ever since I learned my letters from Jara back in the old hideaway, I won't claim to have been his best student, though. That honour goes to Shirley. I'd like to think Jara would be proud of me, too, if he was with us today. Past 5 years.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others, and if the words are your own, so too will you. You know who told me that? It was Jara in our last lesson before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing, and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine the survivors all have a story like that, someone who remains with us even though they're gone.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree, the Whisper in the Hideaway mess to view the current renown level. So your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do are all the talk of among the ladies of the court, and gathered together several items of worth. Might you continue your gallantry? We have the talk of the tea house, let me tell you. For ability points, respect. Our order is one built on pride, but that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks to where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again. A blood axe's meteorite. And this is a mystery. We could get it to 85. And we need more. There we go. That's sort of weird.
For you.
Good.
Clive. Oh, same old.
In it. Otto's got me reading through some reports coming in from my allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now, what could be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so we could just about handle the job myself. State of the world now, though. I need Dee's help to sift through it all, and that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of the problems is the whole other headache. Cursebreakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck waiting for volunteers to handle the rest.
So,
you ever find yourself a little on the loose end? Well, you know where to find me. So much has happened since that night, feels like a lifetime ago, but we'll never forget those that didn't make it. Kenneth Martell, they're still with us in our hearts. When I found out he was gone, I thought that was it for us.
He's still with us too.
With us and in you. You took his name and gave us hope when we had none. I suppose that what I'm trying to say is, don't be a stranger, eh? Hideaway ain't nothing without its Cid.
Here you go.
There are no side quests.
Always something in there.
Apart from the side quests we already have.
Like anywhere is safe.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Cid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd have them right from the branch, made Martell livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Cid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martells, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the dead ones. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Cid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
I was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Them old apples were
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn? I have the details here.
Is that the new one? I think, yeah. So... Okay, following Empress Annabelle's order, the Black Shields of Rosaria expand their persecution of bearers in the Imperial Province. First mass, whatever. Deemed overly sympathetic to their plight, turns the streets of Rosalia red. I may have to stop soon because obviously I might be struggling to talk or spreading to every corner of the old duchy. Okay, that's... Who are you? Medicine girl. Why are you important? Crow and Tet are here as well.
Here's the latest information I have.
Siege of the Strait. Damak's siege of Crystalline Dominion reaches an impasse with the Republican Imperial forces holding their ground on opposite sides of the strait, with all eyes of the twins fixed on the Dominion. Time is right for other actors to make their move. Okay, I just want to double check. Drake's Breath. Drake's Fang. Okay. There were 5 crystals. I just did. Drake's Tail. Strait of Uther. Drake's Spine. Drake's Head. This whole thing is Drake. I do not remember which one's... Oh, well. Look him there, Drake's Breath. So they are all moving away. Surely the Iron Kingdom would be looking after that. There is Cullings, yep. That's what the Black Shield's doing. Men of the Fist versus the Imperial Army. Knows what these guys are doing. We're going to Port Isolde.
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts.
Oh, is it all the way over there again?
That broom's as ragged as...
I hear there's trouble.
Oops.
I think it's alright to touch him.
You go first.
Aw, I didn't know they were looking at the dog. Yeah, the dog, it's fine. In real life, you should be a tiny bit wary, though.
It's not
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
The quest is complete. Oh, it goes in the chambers. A basket of slightly stunted, somewhat sweet apples, going from the blighted earth thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martell. May she rest in peace. Also, literally a second person who helped. Still, I will grow something worth eating one of these days. When we do, you'll have the first pick. It's not the ether, it's the water. From the Hithered Highlands, one might catch a glimpse of Rosaria Castle, everything else in between. Oh. Hang on, it'll be that one then, won't it? No. I don't know. Live in Rosaria. Why is one of them empty?
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Cid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Aww.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Jill, dominant of Shiva, trusted confidant of Clive, leader of the new hideaway. Together, they continue Cid's mission to emancipate bearers with the realm of the Mother Crystals. Dominant, those within whom sleeps the power of an icon, though they look and think no differently to any other man or woman, they can only cast elemental magics without a crystal. Not only can they do that, they can transform into giant fucking beasts, world-shattering strength at any moment. There was only ever one dominant for each icon, a new dominant only awakening after the previous one dies. Some awaken at birth, while others are chosen later in life. Oh, so there's another Ramu. That's how we'll get a Ramu boss fight. Once one is chosen, one's life changes forever. Yeah. So characters who may not have seemed important at first might become important because Garuda and Ramu has just been freed up.
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Okay, but I don't quite understand why that one. Oh, I guess that's not. It's not the iron one. That's Rosalith's. Why do we think Rosalith would be? Because oh, I'm a fool. Yes, because the Imperials are fighting these guys. No, they're not. Yeah. Sorry. These guys are fighting the Imperials. The Imperials essentially have two then. And it's not this we're going to. It's this one. Hence the need for water. Okay, I think I understand now. Try to turn around quickly. Hello, bird. I don't want to fight you.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Chocobo with a barrel.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. It would be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price.
That's interesting. Expensive though.
You won't be disappointed. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
Look, there's dogs for you to hang out with.
Outlaws. How do you like that, boy?
Oh, they're bad dogs. Oh.
2 more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You need a cool voice.
You don't think
Those are the
firebrands
rules.
the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Oh, good.
Come on. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ooh. No, get up.
The poetry. We've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
We'll keep walking for the time. Have a look at the map. Yeah, I like this semi-open world that feels... yeah, it feels like Final Fantasy 12 in a way. But a bit more open than that. Ooh.
More of my mother's men.
That kill on sight, obviously. Yeah, I've got to decide whether I'm going to play for a little, because it's 2 in the morning, but I don't have work tomorrow. So it's, do I ruin... Oh, look at more of these. My sleep schedule just because I want to play computer games, and I don't know. I feel like I kind of should, but only if I'm awake enough, you know? I don't want to just have a bad video. Don't I just...
Surrounded.
I'll do it. Oh, no. Yeah. It's an underbridge.
Blood, Clive.
I hope this isn't Chris's blood.
And still wet.
It's Angie.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield, Rosaria.
Oh, damn it, I turned it off. Because I thought I could keep a bar, but I was slightly too late. Yeah, I feel like we're a little bit overpowered at this point. But again, that's what arcade mode is for, just so we can have a look at New Game Plus. Play it as Devil May Cry afterwards.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
His ending wasn't swift at all. Okay, so yeah, we're past a couple of hours now. I'm deciding whether to play more or not. Vice Regency. Imperial Province incorporating the lands that were once Rosaria, ruled over by Annabella, former Duchess of Rosaria. One of her first acts as Vicereine was to institute a new order of knights, the Black Shields, who were dispatched to every corner of the province to maintain order. They would later come to serve as her personal army, settling her grievances against bearers and ducal loyalists. Yeah, so it's an Imperial place. I think I might do an hour more. Cut this into 2.
Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
Yeah, I said it was bleak earlier, didn't I?
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
I've got to kill my hot mum.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Yeah, this game is a death toll.
Approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalia.
But it'll be worth a try.
Stay down!
I still love the idea of sort of stay down to the spider.
Ready, go?
Oh, there's literally somebody right there.
Faster.
No need to ride from here.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
They got to bring the Chocobo. 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Where am I to go?
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Oh yeah, we did get to see Rosaria at the start of the game, didn't we? Clive, if you want to run, you can. Annabella Lesage, former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empress Empire of Sambrique. It was never her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, which, if it was ever, her purpose to do that, the reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force she judged mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as viceroy in the Imperial province, which she rules with cruelty and contempt for the baseborn, and that was unknown in the Archduke Elwin's day. Yeah. I didn't see one. Port Isolde. Port city situated on the southwestern coast of the Imperial province of Rosaria. Only Rosalia rivals it for size and the glory days of Archduke Elwin's reign. Its streets bustled with traders from across the Valais there. Sadly, those days are long gone, and Sambrique occupation has been anything from marketplaces to military institutions subverted to the will of the Empire. I don't want that one. I'm trying to look at the map. Why can't we get on a chocobo? That was kind of weird. Just couldn't use it for that tiny bit. We're facing the right direction we are. We can visit a little beach.
Run out the wind.
Devil crab. Yeah, I can see the dog running. Devil crab, the devil crab. I bet the devil, he's a devil crab.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
It's been boarded up.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Roysford's dogs, they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough room to
Fuck off! Hang it, chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Most well-dressed people here just casually walking away.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Blacklight Burns. An album.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Well, they said they were looking for you.
Ready, go?
You can jump.
Be safe.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Why was this abandoned?
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Fire and flame!
I bested those enemies.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Was it Tyler or Wade?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is.
One of our dads survived.
So wait.
How the fuck were you not incinerated? Tyler's definitely dead.
We can speak inside.
Okay, I just murdered like 20 of your men, though. Oh, they're the loyalists.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
I fucking hate the phrase bend the knee.
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire.
Okay, I'm hoping I just killed bandits, not them then.
But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to
she wants the Phoenix.
her beloved son.
She wants the Phoenix line.
Son.
So she's trying to kill
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force
any
from
other.
Hewitt Breach.
She doesn't know that Joshua's not dead.
So do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
Kind of wish Jill spoke more.
We must.
There we go.
So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them the fire in our hearts. What is it you require?
Oh. Desert foes. I won't use it yet.
It has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
I mean, I've taken out entire units in seconds.
That was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions. Yeah, I know. Depending on the destination, they may choose to remain... That's kind of weird, but okay. So if I teleport away... Yeah, okay. So if I teleport somewhere else, Jill will join me, but Wade won't.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Does Wade get a chocobo? Oh, I'll get off then.
Straight home now.
I mean, he's always been able to run, it just doesn't run very much. Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. If you can give me the creeps.
The bastards are lucky with you.
There they are.
Wonder what black light bounce means.
My lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
I also agree.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Fucking lava condition.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons!
The Imperials...
And the thunder.
I can't say I'm flattered.
Squish. Ah, fucking
A
Dragoon.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Ooh. Fuck. I died in a situation where I wasn't expecting me to die. I just wasn't paying attention. I need to stop playing, basically. Oh, cool.
We'll show him as much mercy as...
We'll keep them from the blessing.
That was a really easy fight for me to die in. Fine, I think I should save. I was going to cut it into 2 episodes, which I still could, but it's a little too... Oh, we can't even teleport. It's a bit of an awkward time, so I guess, you know, we'll just have 1 long episode, it's fine. Let's save our game. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, limit break. We can improve our limit break. We could improve our heat wave. That would be nice. Or I want one of these extra moves. Ah, they're so far away. Wouldn't it be nice to save up and get one of these really cool ones? But especially before we... I want that. But unfortunately, it means we still have to wait. But yeah, I think we should get that because it might eventually get replaced. Let's save our game then. That didn't use up any time at all, did it? Where's Wade? Oh, Wade's there. Right. The title. Yes. Thank you very much for watching. I've been having... Oops. I've been having a Final Fantasy XVI adventure. Oh, I've just sort of faded out of existence, haven't I? Well, I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me. I've been the Johnstruct.